What is chain linking of real gross domestic product? This video introduces you to the concept of chain linking of real gross domestic product. To begin, let's first understand the concept of gross domestic product or GDP. GDP refers to the total value of goods and services produced within an economy. It can be goods produced such as refined petroleum, electronic chips, pharmaceutical products, or services provided by bankers, teachers, drivers, or doctors, for example. The GDP is widely used as a measure of a country's economic performance. Real GDP is GDP that has been adjusted for price changes. It is used to determine the real growth of an economy over time. There are two approaches to calculating real GDP: the fixed base approach and the annual chain linking approach. In the fixed base approach, real GDP is computed based on prices of a specific year, also known as the base year. The farther the period is away from the base year, the pattern of relative prices of goods and services become less representative of current economic conditions. In the annual chain linking approach, goods and services are revalued using the prices of the previous year. Combining the volume growth between the different base periods forms the chain-linked real GDP. This approach takes into consideration the changes in the pattern of relative prices of goods and services that occur from one year to the next, and can thus better reflect the current economic conditions. Let's explore the two approaches using an example, starting with the fixed base approach. Imagine an economy that comprises a factory that produces goods and a hotel that provides accommodation services. Setting 2015 as the base year, let's find out the real GDP in each year, using 2015 prices. Conceptually, real GDP in each year can be calculated by multiplying the quantity of all goods and services that are produced by the respective prices in the base year 2015. Here, we obtain the real GDP for 4 years, using prices in the base year. Now, let's plot them on a chart. Changes in real GDP from one year to the next can be expressed as a year-on-year growth rate. It is computed using the real GDP in a particular year and the previous year. These year-on-year growth rates allow us to analyze volume changes in real GDP across the years. How about the annual chain linking approach? In the annual chain linking approach, the goods and services produced in each year are revalued using the prices of the previous year instead. To illustrate this approach, let's return to the example. $210 billion worth of goods and services were produced in 2015. In 2016, $230 billion of these goods and services were produced. To obtain the volume change or growth between the 2 years without price effect, goods and services produced in 2016 are revalued using prices of the previous year. In this case, using 2015 prices. The volume change between the 2 years can now be computed. Let's try another year. In 2017, $240 billion worth of goods and services were produced. They will need to be revalued using 2016 prices in order for the volume change between 2016 and 2017 to be derived. The same goes for 2018. The volume changes between each pair of years can be combined to form a continuous time series of real GDP. The economic growth across the years can then be analyzed. Since the pattern of relative prices of goods and services that occur from one year to the next are taken into account under the annual chain linking approach, any recent changes in economic conditions are considered and reflected accordingly. For more information on annual chain linking of real GDP, visit www.singstat.gov.sg.